In an opinion piece published by the National Post, strategic advisor Sophie Millman and Secure Canada CEO Cheryl Saparia argue that a fresh federal court ruling has thrown up major roadblocks to removing suspected terrorists and security threats from the country. Titled, "Why It Just Became More Difficult to Remove Suspected Terrorists from Canada," the article spotlights how judicial interpretations are prioritizing humanitarian claims over swift national security decisions, potentially leaving Canadians more vulnerable. At the heart of the debate, the October 10th federal court decision in Ali v. Canada. The case involves a former Sudanese politician tied to the repressive National Congress Party under dictator Omar al-Bashir. Immigration officials deemed him inadmissible for acts of subversion, harassing, and arresting regime opponents. However, the court overturned the deportation order, ruling that officials must prove a rational link between his past conduct and any current danger to Canada. The judge emphasized, saying, quote, "Deciding whether someone poses a danger is a forward-facing exercise. Criminal law concepts may be useful, but not determinative." This builds on the Supreme Court's 2023 Mason v. Canada precedent, which demands a nexus tying history to future risks. The authors of the piece decry this as a game changer. Now, traditionally, inadmissibility under the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act focused solely on threats like terrorism, espionage, or subversion, with non-refoulement checks, that's the risk of prosecution abroad, handled later via pre-removal risk assessments. Now, these humanitarian hurdles kick in early, inviting appeals, delays, and what the authors call fabricated claims. What can be more rational, the authors ask, than denying someone with a history of espionage, terrorism, or subversion? So what are the implications? Well, a clogged system already strained. Since a 2022 ban on Iranian regime affiliates, only one of 23 identified has been deported, with some leaving voluntarily. The authors warn that this invites bad actors, from foreign agents exposed by the Hague Commission on interference by China, Russia, and Iran, to potential Hamas affiliates, like the man arrested planning attacks after sneaking across the border. And public polls reflect this unease. 56% say immigration levels are too high, and a third link that to rising crime. The authors paint a dire picture. Demoralized officers dodging tough cases, eroded trust, and a porous border. This isn't compassion, it's systemic dysfunction masquerading as fairness, they write, cautioning that it fosters cynicism and weakens Canada. They argue that past actions should flag future threats without the endless procedural shields. Now, as debates rage over security versus rights, this ruling underscores the tightrope. Will it prompt appeals or reforms? Well, enforcement hangs in the balance. Back to you.